Hi, Merry Christmas. And today we are back with another song from Eminem.
Yes.
And which one are we doing today?
So today we're doing Underground.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that.
Maybe? I don't know.
Before that, though, there's a skit, Steve Berman.
Okay.
So we will do that first, and then we'll go into Underground.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. The links are in the description below, and our username for everything is right here.
All right.
Mr. Berman,
What?
we have Eminem here to see you.
About fucking time. Send him in.
Steve, good to see you, man. Hey,
Well, look who decided to show his face. I hope you've had fun in the last 4 years.
Look, man, I apologize again for...
For shooting me? Do you know I lost the use of my right arm?
Again, it was a mistake. It was a terrible mistake. Are you wearing a bulletproof vest?
And then you go and do what? Hide out? Stay in Detroit for almost 5 years while the music industry melts the fuck down? Do you know how many people lost their jobs because of your fucking vacation?
Well, that's actually why I'm here. I was gonna put out some new music and I wanted to play it for you and get your opinion.
Do I really need to hear it? Let me guess, another album about poor me. I'm so famous it has ruined my rich little life, and I'm such a tortured artist. Let me make music about it and my tragic love life. Am I onto something here?
Come on, man, it's not like that.
You know what? Just hand the fucking thing over. I'm done talking to you. Think you can just come and go as you please. Big selfish superstar.
Steve, I had a drug problem.
Oh, poor me. I had a drug problem. Who hasn't had a drug problem in this town? You know what?
Hey.
Just lay the shit down on my desk and get the fuck out.
Whoa, Jesus Christ, man. All right, here, fine.
What's this shit? 2 CDs?
That's what I've been trying to tell you, man. It's 2 albums.
Just get out.
All right.
Get the fuck out.
All right, man. See you later.
Okay. So that was the skit, Steve Berman, which they alluded to in this skit. Eminem shot him on, I believe it was the Eminem show. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that skit. It's so funny because like he's annoyed. He doesn't want to, see Eminem. And he's like, oh, poor me,
Yeah.
making fun of the content of his music.
What's the fun skit coming?
It's coming out.
Okay.
And then the interesting little side note, the receptionist that said, Mr. Berman, Eminem's here to see you, was Angela Yee, who's on the Breakfast Club now.
I don't know her.
Yeah, so it's interesting. She used to work for Shade 45, Eminem's
Oh, okay.
Sirius XM.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. So yeah, I love that skit. I think it's really funny. And then, so if you notice, he said, just put the shit down and get out of my office. And
Yeah.
he's like, what is this, 2 CDs? Initially, there was going to be 2 Relapse albums,
Oh,
which
wow.
Eminem scrapped the idea. He did the one, and then they released the refill with a handful of new tracks. But apparently, there are enough songs to make another album of
Oh, wow.
Relapse, but Eminem doesn't want to put it out.
It like just exists and no one's ever heard it.
Yeah, he
That's
claims.
so funny.
Yeah, he claims he's never going to.
Yay.
Yeah, so
Maybe
that's
when he's old.
maybe be interesting. All right, so now we get to Underground, which was my favorite song on the album for the longest time. It still
Really?
might be. It's up there. All right.
A lot of people ask me what the fuck I've been at the last few years. Shit, I don't know. But I do know. I'm back now.
Here comes the rain and thunder now.
You know
Nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground. Here comes the rain and thunder now. Nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground.
I'm down here, under the ground, dig me up. broken tibias, fibias, yeah, fix me up. 60 sluts, all of them dying from asphyxia after they sip piss through a Christopher Reeve sippy cup. Dixie cups, toxins, boxes of oxypads, enough oxycontin to send a fucking ox to rehab. Whack job in the back in a black stocking cap, jacking off to a hockey mask at a boxing match. He can't say that? Yes, he can. I just did, faggot, and I guess again. Better text message your next of kin. Tell him shit's about to get extra messy, especially when I flex again and throw a fucking lesbian and wet cement. So faggoty, 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 raggedy Ann and Andy. No, raggedy Andy and Andy. No, it can't be, it can't be. Yes, it can be. The fucking Antichrist is back, Danny and Satan in black satin panties. This is Amityville, calamity, goddamn it, insanity. Pills, fanny pack, filled with Xannies. Through every nook and cranny, looking for trannies. Milk and cookies spilt on my silk negligee. Look, raise up a lays with me to make you believe. Cases of Maybelline makeup lay on a table of weed. Slim Shady, shit sounds like a fable to me. Till he jumps out the fucking toilet when you're taking a pee.
Gee, it's so intense.
I know.
It's like really, it's like a lot.
I fucking love this song. It's amazing. So I have the lyrics up on my
Yeah, you should just
phone.
read them from your phone.
No, so I
These
think
are good.
mostly. So there's one part that's kind of fucked up. So he comes in with the intro. He says, a lot of people ask me where the fuck I've been at the last few years. He says, shit, I don't know. So he doesn't know where he's been. But I do know I'm back now. And then he comes in with the chorus, which is, here comes the rain and thunder now. Nowhere to run to now. I'll disappear. You'll wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground.
Okay.
Which I like the I don't know what the word is. The way he's saying the lyrics, the da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na. You know what I mean? He's like matching the beat, the way he's
Yeah.
delivering it. I don't know if that's the melody. I forget the word. I don't know what the word is for not the actual
Maybe.
words, but the way he's saying the words.
If you guys know, let us know.
And it's not the enunciation because it's not the actual words themselves.
And you said it wasn't cadence.
Oh, it might be the cadence, but it's more of a melody than the cadence itself. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
All right, so he comes in on this first verse. He says, Dre, I'm down here under the ground. Dig me up. Okay, so
Dig me up?
yeah, it's missing dig me up. You're right. So the lyrics are fucked here. Yeah. Oh yeah, it says pick me up. It's dig me up because he's under the ground. And he says broken tibias, fibias. Yeah, fix me up.
Okay, so he broke his legs.
Yes. So fibia's not right. It's fibula, tibia,
Mhm.
and fibula. I'm assuming he just said it like that, so it rhymes. You
You
know
said
what I
like
mean?
fibulas.
Yeah.
Like said it really fast.
Yeah. Broken tibias, fibias. Yeah, fix me up. Then he goes 60 sluts, all of them dying from asphyxia.
So they are being choked.
Yeah, lack of oxygen. After they sip piss through a Christopher Reeve sippy cup.
Ugh.
So Christopher Reeve obviously paralyzed, and he has a sippy cup.
Who's piss?
Uh,
For Reeves's?
it doesn't say,
Eminem?
just general piss, maybe his. And then he says Dixie cups, toxins, boxes of oxypads.
Like the acne thing?
Yeah, so it's just all this random shit. And then he says enough oxycontin to send a fucking ox to rehab. So he's playing like the Slim Shady psychopath character. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he has Dixie cups, which are the drinking
Like
cups.
the little babies.
Yeah, and then toxins. So I don't know. It could be
Anything.
drugs. It could be chemicals, whatever.
Cyanide.
Yeah, and then boxes of oxypads, which is funny for like acne and shit.
Hmm.
Enough oxycontin to send a fucking ox to rehab. So
Who's going with the ox rhymes?
yes. And then he says whack job in the back in a black stocking cap, jacking off to a hockey mask at a boxing match.
To a hockey mask.
Yes. At a boxing match. Yeah, so he's a whack job. He's calling himself a whack job in the back, wearing a black stocking cap,
Looking at a hockey mask.
jacking off to a hockey mask at a boxing match, which is awesome. I love that image. And then you hear he imitates someone saying, he can't say that. And then he responds, yes, he can. I just did, faggot. Now guess again. Better text message your next of kin. Tell him.
Okay, so he's gonna kill them.
Yeah. So he says, tell him shit's about to get extra messy, especially when I flex again and throw a fucking lesbian in wet cement.
Why?
Just because he's crazy. So the
So
rhyme,
wait, is he like burying the woman, or is he just throwing her into like wet
it sounds like he's just
concrete
throwing her
so
into
that
it.
she could like get up and just be like, "Oh, that was inconvenient."
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I love the rhyme and the he can't say that. Yes, he can. I just did faggot. Now guess again. Better text message your next of kin. Shit's about to get extra messy, especially when I flex again. Throw a fucking lesbian. And let's see men.
Nah.
Yeah, he carries that scheme all the way here. Okay, so this next part, it's I don't know if you know, you ever wake up with like a song in your head?
Yeah, I've been waking up with okay, for the past week, I have been waking up with the song. It's by Billy Joel, I think, where he's like, Captain Jack will get you
Yeah,
high.
Captain Jack. That's the name of it.
Yeah, that's been stuck in my head every morning. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I've been sober for 7 years. Please don't.
So randomly, I think honestly, when I hear the word faggot, this this will get stuck in my head, this part, and I'll wake up in the mornings, even if I didn't listen to the song like recently, I'll wake up with this part in my head. I don't know why. So he goes, throw a fucking lesbian in wet cement, and then he goes, faggoty, 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 Raggedy Ann and Andy. No. Raggedy Andy and Andy. No. It can't be. It can't be. Yes, it can be. The fucking Antichrist is back, Danny. It's Satan in black satin panties.
Ugh.
Okay, so we'll go back to the after he throws the lesbian in wet cement, he says faggoty, 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 Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Oh,
So
like real quick, I don't like that word.
so Raggedy Ann and Andy were the dolls,
Mm.
Raggedy Ann, which I believe they were siblings. I don't remember. Do you know if they were
I
brother and
thought they were
sister?
husband and wife.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. My mom still has them in like a place in their house, and it freaks me out.
It's
They're like
funny.
really scary
Creepy
looking.
looking.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like really scary. You
Yeah.
know, Annabelle, she's actually a Raggedy Ann doll.
That's interesting.
Like the real Annabelle. Like it's based on a true story.
That's cool.
And she's a giant Raggedy Ann doll.
It's interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so he says Raggedy Ann and Andy, and then he goes, no, Raggedy Andy and Andy, because he was just doing the faggoty, faggoty, faggoty part. And then he says, no, it can't be, it can't be. And then he says, yes, it can be. The fucking Antichrist is back, Danny. It's Satan in black satin panties.
Who's Danny?
Okay, so this is a part I'm actually as much as I've heard the song like thousands of times, I am a little confused about this part. So I hear Danny, that's what he says, right? On Lyric Genius, though, right? They have it spelled like Dante. So they're referring to Dante's Inferno, which would go with the Antichrist and Satan.
So maybe saying Dante, like
So it's
to rhyme.
yeah, so Italian Renaissance writer Dante Alighieri introduces us to Satan, sometimes called the Antichrist, in book one of the Divine Comedy, The Inferno.
Hmm.
And then it says Eminem is comparing himself to the Antichrist. So I don't hear that. I hear Danny, Danny, but maybe he is saying,
Dante.
yeah, let's hear. Let's actually play it real quick, see what we hear.
And throw a fucking lesbian and wet cement. So faggoty, 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 Raggedy Ann and Andy. No, Raggedy Andy and Andy. No, it can't be, it can't be. Yes, it can be. The fucking Antichrist is back, Danny. It's Satan in black satin panties.
Yeah, it sounds just like Danny.
Yeah, I just thought he was saying just the name, you know.
Yeah.
Unless Danny is a reference to Antichrist. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know. I always heard Danny.
Satanic Danny.
Just thought it was like he was.
Is there an Antichrist named Danny?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if he was just talking about like a random, just a random name to rhyme. He's like, yeah, Danny, something like that.
Well, if you guys know for sure,
Yeah,
let
let
us
us know. Because I don't know unless you
Dante.
Dante, maybe you pronounce it as Danny. You don't pronounce the T. I don't know.
Well, no, that's for sure Dante.
I know that, but I don't know if there's a way to say it like without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or maybe that's a nickname for Dante.
I don't know.
Although it doesn't really need a nickname. But like maybe that's what he's doing.
Yeah. So he says the fucking Antichrist is back, Danny. It's Satan in black satin panties. So he's calling himself the Antichrist, and Satan, and he's wearing black satin panties. And he says, "This is Amityville, calamity, goddamn it, insanity, pills,
That's crazy.
fanny packed filled with Xannies." Okay, so I don't know if he's saying insanity pills or if it's insanity, comma, pills. Because he does, "This is Amityville, calamity, comma, god damn it, insanity, pills, fanny pack filled with Xannies."
I guess it kind of works either way.
Yeah, whether it's just insanity and pills and a fanny pack filled with Xannies, or it's insanity pills. The pills make you insane, and you
Yeah.
have a fanny pack filled with
Or they're
Xannies.
pills for insane people.
Yeah. Either way, he has a fanny pack filled with Xanax.
Hmm.
And then he says, "Through every nook and cranny, looking for trannies, milk and cookies spilled on my silk negligee looky," which is so funny. I love the way he delivers that line. Okay, so this is the other thing. So it goes, yeah, fanny pack filled with Xannies, right? And then it
Hmm.
goes, "Through every nook and cranny looking for trannies." So is he looking for trannies through every nook and cranny, or is he saying that the Xannies are filling up the fanny packs every nook and cranny?
I think it's supposed to be both. So they're filling up every nook and cranny of the fanny pack, and he is also looking everywhere
For
for
trannies.
trannies.
That's so funny. Okay. I always assumed he was looking for the trannies through every nook and cranny,
Yeah, like, I
you
mean,
know?
I think it's both.
Yeah. And then he says, okay, so yeah, "Through every nook and cranny looking for trannies, milk and cookies spilled on my silk negligee, looky." So he's saying, like, look,
Look at it.
he's got it spilled. And then I love the way he delivers this. He goes, "Razor blades with me to make you bleed." The way he does the emphasis on the syllables, he literally splits it up.
Hmm.
"Blades with me to make you bleed. Cases of Maybelline makeup lay on the table with weed."
And it's his makeup, right?
Yeah.
Because he's dressing up
Yeah, like
like,
a cross dresser and shit.
kind of like, yeah.
And then he says, "Slim Shady, shit sounds like a fable to me until he jumps out of the fucking toilet when you're taking a pee."
I guess he's trying to be Buffalo Bill again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
being
that's what I'm thinking.
a bunch of crazy serial killers.
Well, yeah, but didn't Buffalo Bill wear makeup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He was putting like lipstick on, right?
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the interesting thing about this song is, it's called Underground, and he's the first verse he starts. He says, "Dre, I'm down here under the ground, dig me up." So
Like
what?
he's in hell, right?
So yes, and that he's dead, and that if you remember the previous album, Encore, Eminem killed Slim Shady. He shot himself after he killed the crowd. So you know what I mean?
So
So
now he's a ghost.
this is Eminem coming back to life. I mean,
Slim
Slim Shady
Shady.
coming back to life. Yeah,
Okay.
which is interesting. And yes, he was in hell and then physically underground.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Toilet when you're taking a pee.
Here comes the rain and thunder now. Nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground. Here comes the rain and thunder now. Nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground.
6 semen samples, 17 strands of hair found in the back of a van after the shoot with Vanity Fair. Hannah Montana prepared to elope with a can opener and be cut open like cantaloupe on canopy beds and glad bags. Yeah, glad to be back, cause last year was a tragedy that landed me smack dab in rehab. Fucking doctor, I ain't understand a damn what he said. I planned to relapse the second I walked out of that bitch. 2 weeks in Brighton, I ain't enlightened, biting into a fucking Viking and like I'm a Viking. Oh, lightning is striking, might be a fucking sign I need a psychic evaluation. Fuck Jason, it's Friday the 19th. That means it's just a regular day, and this is the kind of shit I think of regularly. Fucking lesbian shouldn't have had her legs in the way. Now she's pregnant and gay, missing both legs and begging to stay.
Here comes the rain.
Okay, so I should make a note in the chorus. I didn't even catch it. The lyrics are wrong, where he says, "I'll disappear, you'll wonder how." I believe it's "don't wonder how."
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Baby.
So this is very specific. Like, this isn't. So he starts the second verse. He says, "6 semen samples, 17 strands of hair found at the back in the back of a van after the shoot at Vanity Fair. So yeah, this verse is really fucked up. So yeah, 6 semen samples, 17 strands of hair found in the back of a van after the shoot with Vanity Fair. So do you know what that's a reference to? So it goes into the next line. So he says, Hannah Montana, prepare to elope with a can opener and be cut open like cantaloupe on canopy beds and glad bags. Yeah, glad to be back.
No.
So Hannah Montana, when she was like young, maybe she was 18 at the time, she did a Vanity Fair photo shoot where she was like naked, but she was like barely legal at the
Like
time.
Miley Cyrus?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
So yeah, it happened. It was like a famous thing at the time. It was like a big deal. So he starts the verse, 6 semen samples, 17 strands of hair found in the back of a van after the shoot with Vanity Fair.
Oh, so he's saying he killed Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, and raped her.
Okay.
6 semen samples and yeah.
Right.
So then he says, yeah, Hannah Montana, prepare to elope with a can opener. So he's going to use a can opener on her.
Ooh.
And be cut open like cantaloupe on canopy beds. So, you know, those beds.
That's specific.
And glad bags. So there's glad bags on
Trash bags.
on the canopy beds. And then he says, yeah, glad to be back. Because last year was a tragedy that landed me smack dab in rehab. Fucking doctor, I ain't understand a damn word he said. I plan to relapse the second I walked out of that bitch. So, been there.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks in Brighton. Not Brighton, you know, Brighton was
Yeah,
the
the name of the
rehab
rehab.
place. Yeah.
That's it?
What's up?
2 weeks, that's it?
Yeah.
That's short.
Yeah, it's usually a month, 28 days.
Or longer.
Yeah. 2 weeks in Brighton. I ain't enlightened. So he wasn't enlightened at rehab. Biting into a fucking Vicodin like I'm a Viking. Which is, you know, just relapsed right away. And it's like a Viking. It's funny. Then he says, oh, lightning is striking. It might be a fucking sign that I need a psychic evaluation. So he carries the bar over, you know, the psychic evaluation. Fuck Jason. It's Friday the 19th. That means it's just a regular day. And this is the kind of shit I think of regularly. Fucking lesbian shouldn't have had her legs in the way. Now she's pregnant and gay, missing both legs and begging to stay.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So lightning is striking, so it's a sign that he needs a psychic evaluation, which, you know, psychological.
Or he's like saying, oh, I need a psychic.
Yeah.
But
So
also a psychiatric evaluation.
yes.
He needs both.
Yes.
It's like a double entendre.
For sure. I think that's why he's put up the bar like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, fuck Jason, it's Friday the 19th, so Friday the 13th is, you know, the horror movie.
Yeah.
So he's saying literally says, this is just a regular day, and this is the kind of shit I think of regularly. So, you know, he does this every day. And then fucking lesbian shouldn't have had her legs in the way. Now she's pregnant and gay, missing both legs and begging to stay. So he cut her legs off. I'm assuming raped her.
Well, she's pregnant.
Now she's pregnant and gay, which is such a funny way to word that. And then he says missing both legs and begging to stay. So now she wants to stay with him.
Well, she just doesn't want to die, I think.
Could be. All right. And then, we didn't listen to this chorus, so we'll go through here. Let's go.
Legs and begging to stay.
Here comes the rain and thunder now. Nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground. Here comes the rain and thunder now. Nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me,
Tell the critics I'm back and I'm coming to spit it back in abundance. Hit a bag with onions, then split a bag of Funyuns. Mad at me, understandable. Cannibal, shoot an animal out of a cannon and have him catapult. Add an adult, captain of a cult with an elite following to turn Halloween back to a trick-or-treat holiday. Have Michael Myers looking like a liar. Swipe his powers, replace his knife with flowers and a stack of flyers. Hit Jason Voorhees with a 40, stuck a suppository up his ass and made him tell me a story. Gave Hannibal Lecter a fucking nectarine and sat him in the fucking fruit and vegetable section and gave him a lecture. Walked up Elm Street with a fucking wiffle bat drew. fought Freddy Krueger and Edward Scissorhands too, and came out with a little scratch, ooh, looking like I got in a fucking pillow fight with a triple fat goose. Insanity, can it be vanity? Where's the humanity in having a twisted fantasy with an arm and leg amputee? Straight jacket with 108 brackets and a strap that wraps twice around my back. Then they latch it, cut your fucking head off and ask where you headed off to. Get it? Headed off to? Medic, this headache's awful, this anesthetic's pathetic. So's this diabetic waffle and this prosthetic arm keeps crushing my hard taco.
I love that fucking verse. Okay, so third verse starts off. So tell the critics I'm back, and I'm coming to spit it back in abundance. Hit a fag with onions and split a bag of Funyuns. So it sounds like he's going to hit this gay person with onions.
And then they're gonna share some Funyuns.
Yes, which is so funny to me because it sounds like he's gonna split it with him. You know what I mean?
It reminds me of like the Sour Patch Kids commercial. It's like sour, then sweet,
Yeah.
and then gone.
Yes. And then he says, "Mad at me? Understandable." These lyrics are all fucked up here for this part. And then he said, "Okay, mad at me? Understandable. Cannibal. Shoot an animal out of a cannon and have him catapult at an adult." So, yes, he's going to shoot an animal out of a cannon and have him catapult at an adult. And then he says, "Captain of a cult with an elite following to turn Halloween back into a trick or treat holiday." So it's funny. So he's the leader of this cult with an elite following that want Halloween to be trick or treat again. You know,
Isn't it still?
I guess they mean like real like tricks, like
Oh,
instead of because everybody
like
gives treats.
dangerous?
Yeah, because think about it. Everybody just gives treats. Nobody does tricks instead.
No, because it's mean.
Yeah. And then he says, "Have Michael Myers looking like a liar, swipe his powers, replace his knife with flowers and a stack of flyers."
What are the flyers for?
I don't know. We actually don't never find out. So I don't know if I agree with this. So maybe I've seen somebody point out somewhere. I don't know if it was on Genius or Reddit or somewhere. So this line here, it says, "Have Michael Myers looking like a liar." So Michael Myers from the Halloween movies.
Yeah. Or like actual Michael Myers from Austin Powers.
Okay, so that's the point. The next line is "swipe his powers." So some people think that that could be an allusion to
Austin Powers?
Yes, from Michael Myers, who plays Austin Powers.
Michael Myers in the movies also does have powers because he doesn't die. Like he gets stabbed like a million times and just like always gets back up. So like he has some type of powers.
Yeah, so he's obviously referencing the Halloween movie.
Yeah.
But, some people, I'm not convinced, but I figured I'd point it out that the swipe his powers, some people think maybe, yeah. Replace his knife with flowers and a stack of flyers. Then he gets to hit Jason Voorhees with a 40, and then you hear the glass shattering sound effect in the background, which is funny. Stuck a suppository up his ass and made him tell me a story.
Okay.
Gave Hannibal Lecter a fucking nectarine and sat him in the fucking fruit and vegetable section and gave him a lecture, which is a very random, funny thing to do. So obviously at this point, he's, fighting all the villains, monsters, from
And like just
horror
fucking
movies.
with them.
Yes. And then he says, "Walked up Elm Street with a fucking wiffle bat, Drew." So they capitalize Drew as if he's talking about a person.
Like he drew
His
a
weapon.
bat.
Yeah, he had his weapon out. Walked up Elm Street with a fucking wiffle bat, Drew. Fought Freddy Krueger and Edward Scissorhands too. So he's fighting them as well. And came out with a little scratch. Ooh. Looking like I got in a fucking pillow fight with a triple fat goose. So that's the bubble jacket coat brand.
Oh.
Yeah. So it looks like he got into a pillow fight with a triple fat goose because he fucked up Freddy Krueger and Edward Scissorhands, and all he had was a little scratch. So they were no match for him. All right. And then he says, "Okay, I got a feeling these lyrics might be fucked up." This is a sick little scheme here. I love the way he says this. So he goes, "Insanity, can it be vanity?
Maybe.
Where's the humanity in having a twisted fantasy with an arm and leg amputee?" So that part is just sick. He says, insanity couldn't be vanity. So is he vain? Why is it so insane? So where's the humanity in having a twisted fantasy with an arm and leg amputee?
Ooh,
And then he says, straight jacket with 108 brackets
that's a lot.
and a strap that wraps twice around my back. Then they latch it, which I love that
That's a
fucking
lot
bar too.
too. It's gonna take a
Yeah,
long
a lot.
time
Yes,
to get in and out of.
a lot of brackets and a strap that wraps twice around my back. Then they latch it. And he says, cut your fucking head off and ask where you're headed off to. Get it? Headed off to? Medic, this headache's awful. This anesthetic's pathetic. So is this diabetic waffle. And this prosthetic arm keeps crushing my hard taco. So I love that line too. Gonna cut your head off, that's where you're heading off to. And then he says, get it? Headed off
It's
to?
like the beginning of his like really good like rap.
Mhm.
And it's kind of funny because he like re-emphasize it, like making sure that people at home
Catch
get
the
it.
bar.
But like he doesn't do that
Yeah.
in his future raps that are like really tricky.
So he did it like once or twice in this newer
Yeah.
shit, you'll see. But yeah, so then he says, medic, this headache's awful. This anesthetic's pathetic. So, he needs stronger shit.
Yeah.
So is this diabetic waffle. So he has a headache. He's anesthetized, but it's not enough. He's eating a diabetic waffle.
Oh, I thought that was like a mean like way to refer to someone.
What?
Never mind. I thought he
What?
was like saying like maybe he's like in the room with like a person who has diabetes and he's just calling them a diabetic waffle.
Um,
I didn't realize he's eating like a sugar-free waffle, I guess.
unless he's saying, so the weird thing is though, so the line is, cut your head off, and actually headed off to, get it headed off to. The next line is, medic, this headache's awful. So I don't know if it's the person it could be the person who got their head cut off, could be saying this headache's awful,
Okay.
and this anesthetic's pathetic. So is this diabetic waffle, and this prosthetic arm keeps crushing my hard taco, which is so random and funny. I love
It's
that
weird that
line.
he gets a waffle and a taco.
I know. All right. So
As he's talking about his wiener.
the song is a little bit left, and then there's the skit you've been waiting for at the end of this.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, cool.
it's attached to this song.
Oh.
Yes.
And thunder now, nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground. Here comes the rain and thunder now, nowhere to run to now. I've disappeared, don't wonder how. Looking for me, I'm underground.
It's over. It wasn't a choice. I had to do this. And now I got 90 days clean. And that's all I have to share. Thanks.
Well, thanks for sharing, Brian. Is there anyone else you'd like to share this evening?
Yeah, I got something to share. When you walk through the door, you were queer to me. So come here, baby boy, just come here to me. You're a cock boy, everybody wants you. You're gayer than you would ever claim to. I won't have to rape you. So homie, lay down, down, down. Lay down, down, down. Lay down, down, down. Lay down, lay down. Where's everybody going? This always went over real big and gay, eh? Okay, wait. I got another one. I just love condoms and lots of cum. No? Oh, shit.
Okay.
Wasn't there another one?
What do you mean?
Like another time where he does that? Am I making that
A
up?
song?
But like he like makes his own version to another one of Eminem's songs. Or am I making that up?
Maybe. You might be making it up.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, the song fades out. You hear the instrumental after the chorus for the last time, and then you hear him say he had to get sober. It wasn't a choice. It was, I had to do this. Fucking
But this
do.
is some guy named Ryan, right?
Yes, so this is an EA meeting. He says, and now I got 90 days clean, and that's all I have to share. Thanks. And then you hear the Dr. West from the opening of the album, who was the guy that played McNulty in The Wire.
Oh,
When he had that
right.
delusion, he turned into Satan. He's like, "Oh, why don't you have a drink?" So you hear his voice again to close the album. So it's full circle. The album it starts and ends with this,
Mhm.
and he says, "Thanks for sharing, Brian. Is there anyone else who would like to share this evening?" And then you hear Ken Kniff's voice say, "Yeah, I got something to share." And then he sings in the melody of "We Made You."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. Why am I blanking? You walk. Yeah, "We Made You."
Yeah.
It says, when you walk through the door, you are queer to me. So come here, baby boy. Just come here to me. You're a cock boy.
Yeah,
Everybody
everybody
wants
wants
you.
you.
You're gayer than you would ever claim to. I won't have to
Everyone
rape
wants
you.
to rape you.
Yes. And he says, so homie, lay down,
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 down, down,
down, lay down, down, down,
down,
lay down, down,
down,
lay
down,
down, lay
down,
down.
down,
Yes.
down.
And then so okay, so there's I right around the so come here, baby boy, come here to me. There's no lyrics for it, but you hear a woman in the background say, "Why is he getting naked? Or why is he taking his clothes off?"
Isn't he tap
And he's
dancing?
tap dancing while he's
Like
doing this
really
at an AA meeting. So
like
the
furiously.
fact that we've been to AA meetings, it's picturing this happen there is fucking
Oh,
insane. It's
I
so
would love
funny.
that. That would be fun.
And then he says, "Where's everybody
Where's
going?"
everybody going?
This always went over real big in gay A, which is funny. And then he says, "Oh wait, I got another one." And then
Hey,
to the
just
melody of
love
my
condoms
mom.
and stuff come.
Yeah, so he's doing to the melody of my mom. I just love
Mhm.
condoms and lots of cum. And he says, "No, oh shit." And then that is it. Okay. And then so this is technically the last song of the album,
Oh,
but we're doing the deluxe refill version of the album. So we still have actually,
more to
oh, you know
go.
what? It's not the last song of the album. I get it confused because I always think of the refill, and I always imagine this is the end. There's technically two more songs, and then there is the deluxe version.
Okay.
So the next song is My Darling. All
I
right.
don't know that.
I'd be surprised if you didn't at least hear
I
them.
guess maybe.
Okay. But Underground, what's your thoughts?
It's really good. It's really impressive. It's very aggressive.
Yeah, for sure.
The raps are really good though.
Yeah,
And
it
you can
is.
tell he's starting to like dip his feet in the water and be like, "Oh, maybe I can do some like raps and like double entendres and like rhyme schemes and stuff like that that like I don't, that are tricky and
Yes.
like might be hard to catch."
Yes, no, I agree. This Underground, I love this song. It was like my favorite song on the album for a very long time. It's still up there.
Mm.
The way he delivers the lyrics on it, it's very aggressive, like you said.
Yeah,
It's
it's good.
intense, and there's like tons of alliteration, which I didn't even point out. But like on the second verse when he's talking about Miley Cyrus, when he goes six semen samples, 17
Yeah,
strands of hair.
they're all sick
Yeah,
s
yeah, he gets real.
acids.
You could see it's the beginning stages of him getting really into that now that he's sober,
Mhm.
and it's fucking awesome. But yeah, I love this song. It's one of my favorites off the album.
Yeah, it's really good, and I
Yes.
like the skit at the end.
Oh
It's
yeah, that's the
a good
greatest.
one.
It's funny because if you're just looking at the track list, you're like, oh, there's no King Kniff on this album, but he hit it at the
He's
end of
in the
this song.
song.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.
Yes. See you
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
Bye.